This is CBA, C.R.P.H.A. Business Advocate. Before I start on the topic today, I thought I'd mention I'm still waiting on if anybody read this book or even saw this 2-disc video. These are the books. This is the book I was referring to on one of my videos, the CBA. And what we'd be able to talk about on CBA Facebook page. And also, if you saw this, this correlates with this. Remember to get this book, and if they still have them in print, get this 2-disc documentary. And I can tell you, you'll get loads of information of why and how Circuit City went down under as quick as they did with a bad operation management done by the corporate office. Not by Alan Wurtzel, but by the one of three of his successors. The one thing is, Alan Wurtzel followed his father's strategies and built it upon with his own that made the company a big success. And if I was able to talk with Alan Wurtzel, that'd be more than a pleasure, and I can tell you I'd be able to possibly learn more, especially when it comes to the Carmack situation that the board of Circuit City allowed to be essentially opened by the funding of the Circuit City retail board, which of course later on Carmack separated themselves from the retailer. And it's a good thing they did too, is because if they didn't, then they'd be going down as quick as Circuit City did. But anyway, today's topic is, of course, when it comes to the businesses in the U.S. And when it comes to this particular COVID-19 pandemic. As I mentioned in one of my videos earlier today, that Gavin and possibly many other governors are planning to reopen their states, even with the COVID-19 thing, which where the dollar bill is supposed to be weighing heavier on against people's well-being and health and strength. That's illogical. The basic fact is that if businesses want to pay more for the fact that they are going to be paying more on medical insurance, especially with this pandemic going on, which basically is more of a chance of even small businesses having to pay in insurance premiums and more. If the employee or employees how it doesn't matter what number of employees and how many locations, even if it's a one location type of business, like a mom and pop almost, or practically. Even a small chain like Long's once was. It's better to keep the way things are right now in every state. Keep the states closed and talk amongst the state capital executives, including the governor, him or herself, and try to get a deal to where the franchises, depending on it wouldn't really matter the location, and the retailers, again, small, moderate to large, would be able to get a, shall we say, a subsidiary or subsidy essentially of a payback, and while during this COVID-19 situation, while they pay those who are staying home to stay healthy and strong during this COVID-19 and during the stay-at-home order. And instead of having people come back to work, even while this COVID-19 thing is going on, the basic what I call the pandemic, um, it would be better to pay your employees while this COVID-19 is happening and while the stay-at-home order is in place and still in action. Um, that way they'd be able to survive, and also they'd be able to also. I mean, the companies would be able to get a subsidy of a particular agreed amount to every location of franchise and retail locations and other businesses. But it has to be agreeable to even to the affordability of and within the state itself of what the state can is even more than willing to help in keeping the businesses striving even during this COVID and after the COVID-19 situation. This way, when the COVID-19 situation is completely obliterated with a vaccine put in place, when it is, or if you want to call it a cure as well, um, then the longevity of each business, small, moderate to large, would last longer. Which basically, in order for a company, small, mom and pop size as well, uh, moderate, medium, large, or moderately large, especially, um, you would have to have healthy, strong employees, and in order to have that, you would have to allow them to stay home during the stay at home order while while every state is closed, and with that pay the employees as if they're on like paid vacations of sorts. But this one would be in the survival aspects while the COVID-19. It's nobody's fault. Nobody's fault for the COVID-19 except for the ones that help essentially didn't inform the U.S. about it before there was, shall we say, signs of various things by people coming from the Orient, Americans coming from the Orient all the way over back to the U.S. Which basically a certain number of those people had the COVID-19. Now that it's gotten bigger in the U.S. and it's spread throughout even New York, especially, even in a number of other states that including California, that it's better that the states stay closed and that the employees, being the parents and our teenagers and 20-year-olds, stay home, even though and stay employed, and get paid as if it was paid vacation when really it's not. And when the COVID-19 thing is completely obliterated by a vaccine or a cure, however you want to put it, then you'll have your employees coming back to work, and everybody would be able to go about their days while being employed, and those who are not employed would still be able to look for work continuously, and also everybody else would be able to go about their day as if nothing, way more than extreme like the current pandemic ever happened. But the only way that can happen, and the only way a business can succeed, is if the stay-at-home order stays in place, the businesses gets subsidies of a certain amount agreed upon between the governor and the businesses, the people who are in ownership as well as operation of the businesses, and the people who are running the locations, management of the locations, need to be at that same meeting. Then again, when your employees are being paid, then they'd be able to survive. The subsidies would be sent over to every location throughout the chain, or even the mom and pop, or directly to the mom and pop location of the particular business. It doesn't matter if it's a franchise or retailer or what have you else. And everything's on the up and up. Businesses would be able to survive, right? Thereby also, when, like I said, when the COVID-19 situation is gone, then, as I said, people would actually start going back to work. People would be able to stay strong with no worries. No, there would be no worries of illnesses as serious as the COVID-19, and your business, and it doesn't matter the location, would be able to strive. This is for all businesses to watch and hear. And if you are a small business and you can do it, and if you're not sure if you can do it, look it over. And then you can easily go set up a meeting or an interview with the lieutenant governor and the governor of your state, and make sure that your manager and assistant manager and scheduling manager and accountant is with you during that meeting. That way you can sort things out economically and within your budget and finances. And the same thing goes for those who are in large chain businesses. Every management and accountant has to be there, and even scheduling manager has to be there after the meetings are set. The meeting is set with your state's governor and lieutenant governor, and thereby they would also have their accountant and financier whatnot for the state um, be there as well, and you can use this whole thing you can put this as a paid vacation situation, but even though it's not, it would be a financial economical positive thing for your employees. That way, there's no loss of jobs, no loss of employees, and no loss of business. 100%. Because like I said, once the COVID-19 epidemic is done, after they get an actual vaccine that's not harmful to anybody, with different types of blood types, like type O, type B, C, D, A, whatever, right? Then your employees, both male and female, and teenagers and 20-year-olds, both male and female again, would be able to stay strong, go to work, make help your business thrive, and do what they are paid to do. Again, as if the COVID-19 didn't even exist. It may take some time to recover. That's a given. I understand that. I, being a businessman myself, I know. But the basic fact is, this is the best way you could do it. That way their families are more than assured that their parents and children are healthy and strong, even during the stay-at-home orders that's in place in every state, and then once the vaccine comes through, like I said, the COVID-19 would be obliterated. Then everybody goes back as if nothing happened. Simple as that. I mean, what 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 would you rather be? People being forced to go back to work because of the mighty dollar, which would be sinful, as sinful action, or would you rather and with the mighty dollar putting the sinful action in place, the companies and it wouldn't matter the locations would have to pay high premiums on medical insurance that are covering each and every employee with the illness due to COVID-19. Believe me, that would drag down a business faster than Circuit City went down. And Circuit City didn't have any issues with their employees' health premiums at all. Think about that though. So it's better to pay your employees as if the stay-at-home order is like a vacation for them, and at the same time, the state government that your businesses are in and your chains are in, then that they would easily send you subsidies of the agreed amount per employee that you lost money by paying them, by paying the employee. Your that money that you lost from paying the employees would come back to you through the government of every state. Think about that. That's logical. That's more sensible than anything. A lot more sensible than having the mighty dollar force people to go back to work, especially during this pandemic. Think about that. Healthier employees with no COVID-19 thing at all versus the mighty dollar fortune employees risking their fucking life and health and well-being during the COVID-19 situation. That would mean your healthcare premiums per each business would go up and not stay at the affordable level and cost. Think about it. So to every business, franchise, retail, it doesn't matter what other business, office, it doesn't matter what, even just a regular corporation or industry or whatever, right? Think about this. Or INC especially. Even those that are private businesses, even those that are like Comcast and McDonald's and various others, and like Target, Walmart, CVS, Longs, Rite Aid, Walgreens, a good Safeway, Rite Aid. I mean, yeah, I said Rite Aid again, but Rayleigh's, Whole Foods, Woolworths, or Walgreens, and many others, including the ice creams and sandwich shops. Think about it. COVID-19 mighty dollar forced employees to risk their life and health and well-being versus no COVID-19, no risking their health and life and well-being. Again, the mighty dollar forcing your employees to risk their life and health due to your financial benefit and your business, which means your health premiums would go up per employee that is covered by the company's insurance. No COVID-19, no risk of health and well-being, and life. Your health premiums of insurance would stay at the affordable level, if not maybe a little higher in the partial restart special. Think about it. This side with no COVID-19 is better than this side with the COVID-19 situation going on still. No COVID-19 going on at all due to the vaccine. No vaccine. COVID-19 situation still going on. Health premiums up. No COVID-19. Healthy employee. Health premiums staying at the affordable level, maybe a little higher at first in the beginning and they'll restart. Still okay, right? Your business would strive with the no COVID-19. Your business wouldn't strive that far or even at even at a percentage with the COVID-19 and risk of your employees' life, well-being, and health. The no COVID-19 situation with the vaccine that hasn't been shown yet is a lot better than the COVID-19 risk of health and well-being. Not risk of health and well-being is better. This side's better. Trust me. If you have any questions, please let me know in the bottom section, the bottom comment section there, or on CBA C.R.P.H.A. Business Advocate on our Facebook page. And remember, for all businesses, never give in to failure. Have a good day, and please stay safe and healthy and strong, especially during this pandemic. And know that Heavenly Father loves each and every one of you.